We're back here at the Icebox where the Stars fall 6-3 to the Central Illinois Flying Aces. I'm joined now by Cody Chupp for Coach's Comments, brought to you by Southside Auto Tech. And Coach, it seemed like this was kind of a mirror reverse of yesterday's game. You guys started slow. It seemed like maybe during that second period, that power play that was unsuccessful, you guys got a lot of zone time in, started things going on the offensive end. Ashbrook's goal kind of forwards that, and it seems like second half of the game was better than the first. But what did you see from the ice?
Yeah, I mean, I think this game is one of those ones that could have very easily been 6-3 the other way with the amount of chances that we generated. And, I feel bad for Moose right now because, he's as hard as anyone on himself, but ultimately, he's really, really fighting the puck right now. We have an emergency backup in. This is his opportunity to kind of take the reins and be the guy on a night in and night out basis. And it's going to be a long week for him, kind of trying to get past this weekend. But ultimately we need him to, and it's a great opportunity for him to rebound and have a solid week of practice and find his confidence and go into next weekend and be the guy that we all know he can be. And I think as a response from last night to tonight, we might have started a little bit sluggish, a little bit slow. I thought it in the first period, our ability to transition and get through the neutral zone wasn't very good. They did a great job of kind of keeping five guys in the way and ultimately slowed us down. And then in the second and the third period, I thought our transition game got going, which allowed us to now create offensive zone time and generate a boatload of chances, and their guy played extremely well and kept this game a lot closer for longer than it should have been, or allowed them to keep the lead when I thought we were really pushing the pace and creating great chances for ourselves. So, I think to a man, there were some good responses tonight. As a group, I thought it was a better response to adversity in a season like this and a time of year like this. Last night I talked a lot about built-in excuses and, face it, like Moose's, it might have been two of his worst showings on the year, and he'll be fine. He'll be better next weekend, no doubt. But all the excuses were there again tonight to pack it in, to give up and just say, hey, the bounces aren't going our way. Like, we're not having puck luck. We can't find a way to score when we generate all these chances. But ultimately, I thought to a man and as a group, we were able to stick to the process tonight, and it resulted in us creating a really good push in the second half of the second period and into the third period. But this league, it doesn't matter who you're playing. If you spot them that many goals, it's almost impossible to come back from a situation like that. The results are one thing. The effort throughout the course of the game is a totally different thing. And last night I spoke a lot on culture, and tonight I thought was a quality step in the right direction as far as our willingness to stay the course, our bench emotion, and to stay positive and to stay focused on the task at hand and focused on the things that we can control. Ultimately, that's the difference. You start focusing on all the things that aren't going your way, that are out of your control, the night's over already. So.
Now, two more for you here, and obviously your evaluation, your attention is primarily focused on your own team, but we talked about it during the week. This is a team in Central Illinois that's going through some unique circumstances. There are players that are returning to the USHL next year, eligible for the dispersal draft. Did you come away with any impressions after seeing them? Obviously you have your pre-scout, but just from seeing them back-to-back games and seeing some of the things they do well, did you see anything that, obviously has you thinking later on about this dispersal draft, but did you see something that you're going to carry into those the off-season evaluations going into that draft?
Absolutely, and that's part of my job in this situation, is to not only evaluate our team, but also in this situation, it gave me a great opportunity to start to evaluate some guys that we're focused on leading up to that dispersal draft. So, I give their players a lot of credit. They're essentially fighting for their futures in the league, and the league's dropping a team next year, which means there's 24-ish less spots in the USHL that are going to be available. So I think for the most part, the guys on their team that are coming back to this league understand that, and the way that they're performing and the way that they're battling and competing, it's evident of that. So there are some guys that earned themselves a spot throughout the last couple of weeks in the league, and there's some guys that are playing themselves out of the league in the last couple of weeks, and not just on our team in Central Illinois, but everywhere around the league is keeping a close eye on the Central Illinois group and those guys that are returning, and we're looking forward to hopefully getting the right piece to fit our group and come in and have success here in Lincoln.
Last night it was Declan McDonald. Tonight it's Charlie Schoen, and McDonald, I think, played a role on that goal as well. We talked about how much that means for the culture for these guys moving into the off season. But what did you like about the performance of your two affiliates tonight?
Yeah, I like the same thing that I've liked every day that I've been around those two. They work hard, and they bring the energy every time they're out there. And the X's and O's stuff, the pace of the game, that's all stuff that's going to come over time, and they'll continue to feel more comfortable with. I talked about last night how important as a forward getting that first one is, and getting the monkey off your back. And Charlie, he scored a heck of a first one tonight. So he's a gifted player that has the ability to score. He had a good camp for us in the last summer, and we were excited about getting him in. And he's been great since he's been here. And obviously, anytime you're putting the amount of work in that Charlie is, that you want him to get rewarded. And he did that tonight. So we're very happy for Charlie.
All right, Coach, we appreciate the time, and we'll talk to you during the week.
Good, thank you.